mostly because I've been there, so it's the South American country I know by far the most about. And I forgot to change the picture on the first slide, but whatever. Okay, so a little bit of general information about Peru. The capital is Lima. The population is 30.5 million people, around there. Size is 1.3 million square kilometers, or about 500,000 square miles. The official languages in Peru are, well, Spanish is the official language, but they also have Quechua and Aymara as two native languages. And then also, the president of Peru is Ollanta Humala. So I thought it'd be fun to talk a little bit about the history. And history in Peru goes way back. There's been humans there since about 9,000 BC. And then they remained pretty much untouched until about the 1500s. And probably the empire that's most famous is the Incan Empire, which existed from around the 1440s to the 1530s, and which stretched all over Peru and also all along the coastline of South America. As I said, it was colonized by Spain in 1532. They brought a lot of the seas, and pretty much it was a huge bummer for the Incans, because not only was their culture destroyed, but they also got a lot of the seas, so a lot of them died, and then the rest of them were often put into capture and oppression and stuff, so that's not that great. But then we, the Europeans, got the potato and corn from Peru, which it might not sound that great, but it's had a huge impact on especially Europe. Even in Norway, we now eat potatoes to almost every meal, and that's thanks to Peru. So the climate and geography. Peru borders Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, Colombia, and Chile, and it has a long coastline and a large part of the Andean Mountains. Basically you have this huge coastal line with beaches and just beautiful Pacific weather, and then you have, as you go inwards, large mountains and huge chains of just, it's incredible. And then the climate is mostly tropical. It's a lot like Bolivia in that they have rain and dry seasons, and since it's located right around the equator. And it's also the home to alpacas and llamas. There are alpacas and llamas growing there. No, not growing, but living there. Okay, so Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu was built around 1460. It took around 100 years to build. It was abandoned a century later due to the Spanish invasion. It's one of the most well-preserved ancient cities. And it was rediscovered in 1911 by, I believe, a British explorer. And the way the Incans got their food supplies was by doing farming along the mountainside. So if you look at this is actually grooves that they built into the mountains on which they farmed potatoes and corn and such things. So Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is one of the biggest freshwater lakes, which is located high up in the mountains between the borders of Bolivia and Peru. It is home to the Urus people, who is an indigenous people who actually builds artificial islands with straws and then lives on them. And then it's also the home to a giant underwater frog, which I've never seen one, but they're supposed to be huge. I think it's actually the hugest frog in the world. So there's that. Now I'm gonna do my Spanish paragraph. Peru es rica en cultura y historia. El clima es tropical. El clima tropical, artefactos incas y españoles, arquitectura, hace este país único. Perú es un país perfecto para una aventura. So, sources. Adiós. Adiós.